True indeed. We lost. Lord knows we lost. I'm about to say something to make you not like me. You might catch feelings and you might want to fight me, but I don't really care, I'ma say it anyway. Why most committed guys seem soft and gay. I'm not saying all, but a large amount. Have you ever heard the words that come out of their mouth? Yeah, they cuss like a sailor, but they follow my eye. They carry oaks and wear makeup and thinking it's hot. I think they need to stop. This is a new era. I wonder if the pharaohs of a war mascara. It probably was a death mask misunderstood. Don't let them D-boys catch them up in the hood. Why NOI? Stop patrolling the block. We get shot by the cops and we calling the cops. Come on, y'all was on another level. The black man was God, the white man the devil. Now the white man, or better yet the European, and the Mars and the bean pies are sold by Koreans. I'm talking what I'm seeing, I'm just a reporter. How you call a woman to be and you got a daughter. Talking about the Hebrews that demonize women and choose Esau over brothers and kin. Probably timid, soft, and scared to fight. Yelling and wearing spikes, trying to fake me out right. But you can't fool me, cause you make a little noise. Cause deep inside, y'all some scared little boys. If you really wanna ride, let's take it to the beast. Get revenge for our people killed by the police. Yeah, right. Y'all ain't busting the grape. It appears that you fear you in love with hate. Correct me if I'm wrong, we might all don't get along. European psychology got us all gone. You think we divided? Cause I wear fez and she wear oak and he wear dreads. But the vision don't start there, it starts in the head. I'm here to wake you up and get you out of the bed. We lost. To get you out the bed. I'm here to spread love and get you out of the bed. The vision don't start there, it starts in the head. I'm here to spread love and get you out the bed. Wake up. I'm here to spread love and get you out the bed. Wake up. I'm here to spread love and get you out the bed. Wake up. I'm here to spread love and get you out of the bed. Wake up. I'm here to spread love and get you out of the bed. Oh yeah, I'm here to spread love and get you out of the bed. Y'all think we divided cause I got a fez and you wear and she wear dreads. Y'all think we divided cause I wear fez. The vision don't start there, it starts in the head. And she wear and he got dreads. Moors need to wake up too, so I'ma wake up you. So we can get together, do what we gotta do. We ain't done much since the prophet left. More standing on law, we still in this mess. Haven't built the town to hold us down. Paperwork can't fear, we looking like clowns. Never been to the temple, claim we follow the prophet. But I follow the prophet, I understand logic. People in the temple, time to hit the streets. Everybody do their part of we ain't getting relief. The murder rate can be more than just gone crazy. Dope fiends ODing in the hood on the daily. Weed waste with chemicals, you drink and serve. We fighting over information, we got some nerve. They say that we conscious, we might know a little something, but we just frontin' cause we haven't done nothing, we lost. You think we divided cause I got a fez and she got a cross and he got dreads. You think we divided cause I got a fez and he got an and he got dreads. You think we divided cause I got a fez?
He says to Harker Bay, Toronto Johnson, I call for a Moore's court on brother Toronto Johnson and anybody who's riding with him with this scandal, with these videos of me and my wife riding the people. I never saw my brothers and sisters serving these packages when I was with Daweed Ali and them and Taj and them used to come to Chicago.
I laid them old boys to rest. They was dead sleep anyway. Sleepwalking, they keep talking. I probably catch a charge and I don't care what any say. Nobody. Yeah, I'm the people's grand sheik and the people's grand sheik. Ain't seen a man I can't beat. Only the gods is my equal. You mortals, you just my sequel. You just my sequel. What the 85ers? Dip divers? Trying to symbolize us? You already dead. Who done got up in your head? Rent free. You wanna know who sent me? Who sent you? Leg, head. eyes foggy, couldn't see through the fog. Then I had to bring the dogs, barking all up in your ear, acting like you don't care. Oh, you don't care? Like you don't preserve life. Oh yeah, you ready? And you really don't care, right? Oh, you don't care, right? Well, we gon' really check that, bet that, respect that. Since you said you ain't scared to die, blah, blah, bah, bah. I laid them young boys to rest. They was dead sleep anyway. I laid them old boys to rest. They was sleepwalking anyway. I'm the people's grand sheep. I ain't seen a man I can't beat. I laid them young boys to rest. They was sleepwalking anyway. I would take you on any day. Michigan, New York, Cali, where you at? What you thought? From Naptown to Baltimore, everybody on the road is all raw. They ready, choppers. I don't really think you want the problem. Hold up, raise the thought up. Back to a law, hey. I try to get him out the bed, get him up. Sleepwalking anyway, sleepwalking anyway. Wake up, keep talking. Sleepwalking anyway, wake up. I don't care what any say, nobody. I'm the people's grand sheep and the people's grand sheep. I ain't seen a man I can't beat, never. You mortals, you just my sequel. You mortals, you just my sequel. Only equals is the gods. You mortals, that's my sequel. I see dead people. Hey, I see dead people. I lay them old boys to rest. They was dead sleep anyway.
I never saw my brothers and sisters signing these packages when I was with Dolly.
I lay them young boys to rest. They was dead sleep anyway. Hey, people strange. I ain't never met a man that I can't beat. No, the gods is my only equal. That's it. You mortals, you just my sequel. That's it.
I call for a march forward on Brother Toronto Johnson and anybody who's riding with him with this scandal or with these videos of me and my wife frauding the people.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. If you a friend of the Moors, then you's a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I'm speaking about the prophet over Drew Ali, who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you you wasn't black, proved it with straight facts. You tripping off trucks, you need to be tripping off that. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave. The same people taught European how to bathe. And look at that women buying European hair. No love for self, but do the men really care? Hell no, cause they got a love for Europe. Whole generation chasing pills, weed and syrup. Yeah, they love Lil Yachty, Tucci, Gucci, Kodak, Amigos, Ross, Lucid. But when the love for the woman look like your mother, I guess they say it's all black when it's under the cover. Now cypher, I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. All you super scholars holler, this era for the workers. You ain't building on the ground, then you worse than a twerker. You look and sound good, but that's only on the surface. Probably working for the people. Now tell me what's your purpose. Ain't worried about your homie, but know that I know every mo that rock a fast. He ain't my bro. Yeah, you know I ain't slow, I seen it all before. How they try to kill the prophet, it was all for dough. And some got it right now, don't say that I'm not down. I'm coming for my vast estate, I want my town, my sheriff, my stores, my school, my nation. Sick and tired of the procrastination and debate. Y'all keep hating when love is the savior. You don't love yourself, so you can't love your neighbor. That's why you kill and fight and marry out of your race. If you ain't for Moore's world, then get out of my face. Cause Chinese love China, Italians love Italy. If you used to love the Moore's world, come on and build it with me, let's go. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Hawker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, oh yeah. I be that more you gon' remember. To Hawker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember, be more. I be that more you gon' remember, that town. I be that more you gon' remember. To Hawker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember, LA. I be that more you gon' remember, New York. I be that more you gon' remember. To Hawker Bay front line till the law call my number. How's everybody doing in the building tonight? Let me ask a question real quick. I'm gonna set myself up real quick. Let me ask a question. I seen ODB said that public page AJ Frazier on Facebook, the pitch of GS. Yeah, I would love to get a copy of that. He has me blocked, so I can't see it. But I would love to get a copy of that. Anybody got a secret account or whatever you have, you know what I mean? I would love to get a copy of that. That is a beautiful thing. Got it already. See, this is how we do. Oh, the volume's low. How about now? Can you hear me now? How about now? Can you hear me now? It's a beautiful thing. All right. So here we go. And I'm going to make sure. See, this is a learning moment, all right? This is just not talking about people. I want y'all to know that this is a learning moment, okay? I want y'all to know that. This is a learning moment, and this is not about talking about people. I want y'all to know that. And I want y'all to make sure that y'all learn something tonight, all right? I want y'all to learn something. Every time I do a show, I want to make sure that y'all learn something. Can y'all hear me now? Y'all good? I want to make sure y'all learn something because it's there's the presentation. Hold on. The presentation is worthless if you don't learn something. All right. I want to let you know that. Check. I want to make sure that you learn something. This is not those jackleg bottom feeding networks or channels or platform that just mill around and just talk crazy. This can actually save your life. All right. So let's be clear. 98% of the time, whenever I do a video of the person or persons or group in question, 90% of the time, I am responding. I would love to get some of the message that he put under the chat. You follow me? 90% of the time, 98%, and I'm going to go a 98% of the time, I'm responding. The other 2% is the times like when I did something for the first time on Grandmaster J. Grandmaster J did nothing to me. He had said nothing about me. He knew nothing about me. He just was on the radar as very odd to be doing what he was doing. And so I thought that I would cover the story, period. Somebody said the volume sounds low. The volume shouldn't be low. Check now. Can you hear me now? You should be able to hear me now.
Can you hear me now? How the volume now? I want to make sure the volume is right now. Can you hear me? Because this is going to be a learning. This is going to be a very learning thing. Especially if you are in a gun club, militia, or planning to join one. You follow me? This is going to be a very informative thing. Now, listen, you don't have to take my message serious. You can take it as a joke. You can take it as a YouTube show. You can take it however you choose to take it. However, I'm telling you to consider the research. All right? Now, when one of the things that we know in the conscious community or in all of these communities or groups or what they want to call organizations, one thing that we know is that the first time that one disagree with another, they call each other agents. Let me turn my headphones down just a little. They call each other agents. And the reason why they do that is because they don't want one to begin to research if he or she is really an agent. And so what they do is they start to call each other agents and et cetera, et cetera. But one thing that you have to remember, is when one calls one an agent, you have to be careful when they say that, because that could be a distraction, so to take the spotlight off of them. You follow what I'm saying? One thing that I've noticed about this gun club, gun militia, or Black Power militia thing is that when they call each other agents, they always seem to still be around each other at all times. They always seem to kiss and make up, and they call each other real agents, like federal agents, DEA agents. They call each other, informants. They call each other all of this stuff, but they always seem to come back together, and they say they are in solidarity. Anybody ever hear that word? That's a catchphrase now. It's called solidarity. I'm in solidarity with Crystal them. I don't agree with Crystal, but I'm in solidarity. They start using that term. I think Malik is an agent, but I'm in solidarity. It's like, and so we're talking about an agent. You call somebody an agent, but at the same time, you will march with them. You would claim to fight on the front line for liberation for people with them. But at the same time, you call them agents and say you will be in solidarity with them. That doesn't make a lot of sense. The reason why that don't make a lot of sense, if you're talking about a real legitimate agent, right? If you're talking about a real legitimate agent, there is no way that you would put yourself in harm's way to be in solidarity with a living, live, legitimate agent, unless you are agent yourself. And this is one thing that we see. We see that Crystal called Malik an agent. Malik called Crystal an agent, but guess what? After they call each other agents, you see them with pictures together. Every time. You see what I'm saying? AJ calls Malik an agent, called Crystal an agent, but they all meet up at Tulsa, Oklahoma at an agents convention. You see what I'm saying? Again, shout out to the real soldiers. Salute you. This is not for you. This is not for you. And if you take it for you, then you're taking it the wrong way. This is not for you. All those that have called each other agents, they stood side by side with each other in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and never addressed one another for their indiscretions of being an agent. Press 7 if you're riding with me. What sense did that make? Do you really believe these people are agents, or are you just saying that? Are you just saying that? Because I'm going to tell you what, if I knew that there was 10 agents at a convention, at a march, at a protest, I am not going. I don't care about solidarity or nothing. I am not going with federal agents. Y'all hear what I say? There is no way humanly possible that if I know, I'm not saying if I don't know, but if I know that Crystal is an agent. Now, for me, if I'm reporting, it might be different. So let me give the caveat to that. If I'm reporting as media, then that's different. I'm reporting, but I'm talking about suited and booted, armed and ready to harm. There's no way that I'm showing up if I have knowledge that one is an agent. Did y'all hear what I just said? This is when the rubber meets the road for the con game. See, this is a thinking platform. This is a critical thinking platform. This is not just grab some information and just start throwing it out and just start talking. No, this is a critically thinking platform. Now, if I'm wrong, I will apologize. But now, with that being said, let's look at this. Let's look at one thing real quick. I'm going to read this real quick, and then we're going to start the show. All right? Let me read this from my good brother. Right? And then I'm going to start the show. And I'm going to let you decide. You know what I mean? Here we go. Let's read what AJ posted as a counter to Sister CC and Charles coming on the show. This is what he said about me. I don't care. I mean, it doesn't matter to me, but whatever the case may be, we're going to talk about it. So this is what he thought was cute, and we're going to read it. He said, I pay close attention to patterns. Let me make sure y'all can see it. Yeah, y'all can see it. I pay close attention to patterns. And y'all notice a pattern that all free active career criminals in the movement with a long rap sheet but little jail time are all the ones that do COINTELPRO SHIT. Per definition, COINTELPRO below. Now, let me tell you something. One of the dead giveaways with these people are trying to cover themselves, they always got to go into some deep diatribe about COINTELPRO as if everybody else is ignorant and they're the smartest one in the room. So he breaks down, this is the dead giveaway. I mean, people know what COINTELPRO is. That's in any militia, any gun club organization, or even the media. But no. This guy got to go to the extreme and break it down. This is a dead giveaway. He talks too much. Watch him. COINTELPRO, syllabus, abbreviation, derived from Counterintelligence Program, 1956. He got to break all of that down. This is goofy. As if, and this is one thing that you will find out. I mean, this is one thing that you have to realize, that most of these people that's try to distract you from looking at them, they'll start going this, but they talk too much. They talk too much. And one thing about these people that try to be leaders and they might be compromised, one thing about them is they think that they're smarter than everybody. They think they're more intelligent than everybody. And they think they're going to outsmart you. They think they're going to outsmart you with vocabulary. They think they're going to outsmart you with grammar. They think they're going to outsmart you with everything humanly possible that they feel that you're not on their level. Like if you use too much slang, they really think you're an idiot. If you maybe been into some issue, they really think that they're smarter than you. I've never been locked up before. Well, you're fortunate. Because we as a people been always targeted. But anyway, he said COINTELPRO create a negative public image for target groups. For example, through surveilling activists and then releasing negative personal information to the public. Break down internal organization by creating conflict, for example. So listen, this is what you got to pay attention to. When people go to that extreme, that the time that it took to write that, the same time could have been taken. You feel me? The same time could have been taken to explain some of the information that people put out about them. The same time that was taken. So with that being said, let me share this with you. This was comical. And they got a lot of time on their hand too. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to give you some facts today. You know what I mean? You may call me the Rat King. That's cute. I'll blow it up for you. That's cute. And this, now listen, these are grown men. These are grown men and sometimes women that takes the time to respond like this instead of proving the information wrong. You follow me? They think this is cute. It's like anything that I've said, anything that Charles said, anything that Cece said on the show, why wouldn't you prove that wrong? It would take at least amount of time to prove that wrong than it would to create this meme, I think. But this is cute. Now, these are the same people. Now, let's remember now, these are the same people that's going to liberate you from the oppressor that have been oppressing our people for the last 2,000, 3,000 years. Y'all hear what I say? Press 7 if you hear what I say. These are the same people response. You feel me? These are the same people that's going to liberate us from armies that attack Saddam Hussein, that attack. Who else? Give me some more. Give me some more. Give me some more. George Floyd, that attack. Give me some more. Give me some more. You get where I'm going with this? These are the same people. But their response, listen to this, their response to a social media blog presentation is drawing up a rat, the board of Haitians, with the Haitians, Bin Laden. You understand? These are the same, their response, their emotional response to a brother like Tahaka Bay is to create a meme of a rat. You know what they call that in media? They call it propaganda. It's a diversion tactic. But you won't be able to divert today. You can gerl avert, but you won't divert. I tell you that today. You won't be able to divert today. Now and again, I want y'all, I hope and I pray that there's a bunch of gun club and militias in here that don't like me. And the reason why I hope and I pray that, because I want you to follow the story. I want you to follow the storyline, and I want you to use your higher intelligence. Don't use your emotional intelligence. Don't use that. When people make rats and they make long, drawn out diatribes on social media to defend that they're not an agent, that's an emotional response. You know what I'm saying? That's a clearly an emotional response. You feel me? But now, at the end of the day, we're not going to do an emotional response. You follow me? OG Tulu, he a clown, the feds game. These people crazy. So here we go. And I want you to think as I do this, who is most likely. It was one, let me say this real quick. It was one presentation where he said, oh, he's been locked up and never went to jail. And okay, he's been locked up and never went to jail and blah. Remember this. Hey, family, do we have any day ones in here that has been following me covering the gun clubs, the Black Panther, and all that? Do we have any day ones? Do we have any day ones? Tell me if we have any day ones in here. Press 7 if we have any day ones. Do we have any day ones? Press 7 if we have any day ones, because I'm about to make a point real quick. We have some day ones. Let me be clear. Every Black Panther, every gun club, every person that represents that culture reached out to me to come on the show. Except for Grandmaster Jay. He reached out to me, but it never happened. Did you hear what I just said? Let me start it off like this. COINTELPRO, from the study that we see, it targets people. I never reached out to anybody. Y'all hear what I say? Crystal reached out to me. Ali Muhammad reached out to me. Frazier reached out to me. Malik reached out to me. Any day ones in here already know that information. What COINTELPRO? If I'm COINTELPRO, why did y'all reach out to me, you fools? But I'm COINTELPRO because I don't agree with you. I'm COINTELPRO because I don't agree with you? Huh? That don't make sense. I never reached out to none of you. None of you. Dern reached out to me. I never reached out to none of you. I never reached out to Crystal. I never reached out to AJ. I never reached out to anybody. Huey P. Newton Gun Club. I never reached out to anybody. Now, who's the god doggone agent? You mean all of these people reached out to me, but I'm the agent? That don't make logical sense. Family, anybody in the chat, does that make logical sense? Not one person out there. Malik reached out to me. All right? Crystal reached out to me. Can I go on? The brother from Huey P. Newton Gun Club reached out to me, not to come on the show, but to address me about Grandmaster Jay. There is not one person that didn't reach out to me. Not one. I didn't seek them out. Would you like to come on the show? I didn't do that. I was minding my business. So who looks like the agent? Delta reached out to me. O reached out to me. We can go on and on. I did not reach out to nobody. That is not how COINTELPRO work. That's not how COINTELPRO work. I did not reach out to not one person. The thing is that when they started telling their story, I began to see holes in the story. You hear what I say? And I begin to distance myself. You see what I'm saying? I begin to call them on the fraud. They came up here, they told a story that didn't make sense. Or they text me stories that didn't make sense. And I begin to call them on the fraud. That's what stand-up people do. There you go. K-Foss reached out to me. There you go. You can go on and on. Everybody reached out to me. The brother that make the music with the Jeep, and I don't know where he at now, reached out to me. I didn't reach out to nobody. Not one person did I ever reach out. Babel, brother Babu, or whatever his name. Salute to my brother. He reached out to me. I didn't reach out to no one of these people. Desert Eagle reached out to me. I didn't reach out to none of these people. None of them. Not one of them. So let's be clear. If anybody's COINTELPRO, the evidence is against you today. Brother Fire, there you go. Chief Eagle Eye, there you go. If anybody, Kendrick, there you you get my point. So let's get to it. So today, the evidence is against you. And today, family, we're going to turn it up. We're going to turn up the furnace. It's going to get hot in a minute. It's going to get hot in a minute. You hear what I say? It's about to get hot in a minute. All right, let's get it started, family. First of all, you have to remember what I said last time we was here talking about the Fed trap. And I'm gonna continue to do a series on the Fed trap. And when I said Fed trap, and when I say Fed trap, I only mean that if you affiliate yourself with this, you may get yourself caught up with the feds. All right? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that everybody is a fed. What I'm saying is that if you get yourself caught up in this, you may end up in the feds because these people have no cut card. And they've been going on, some of them for 20 years. You know what I mean? Some of them been going on even longer than that. You see what I'm saying? And they have a record with somebody because many of them, and when I mean a record, they've been feeding somebody information because all of these years they have yet to be put on a hot seat and question of their legitimacy until now. And family, my next show coming up, let me put you on point. We're gonna stay on this for a minute because I got a lot I want to share with you. We're gonna stay on this for a minute. We're gonna talk about the Fed Tran formation. And we're gonna be talking about a young guy that came out of nowhere also, and he was transformed to a tough guy. He was transformed into a guy that act like he was a militia guy, act as if he was about that smoke, but he's really just a blogger. He's really just a blogger from a small town, but we have discovered other information on him since he also chose to attack the host with the most. So we'll be zeroing in on him soon, possibly tomorrow or the following day, depends on how my schedule looks. So that will be the Fed Tran formation. We'll be talking about that soon. All right, I want y'all to be around for that. The Fed Tran formation. So Southpaw Panther say they didn't think you was going to fact check, and that's a problem because I don't want to co-sign. I don't want to co-sign anything that could endanger my people or endanger the people that's involved that is really about liberation. You feel me? But they just got involved and they not able to see through the fog. They're not able to see through the fog. They're not able to see through the foolishness because they're so passionate about liberation. They're just ready to join anybody screaming Black Power. And so my message is to wake those brothers and sisters up too, to make sure that if they see the signs in which I present, that they can step back and say, hold up, that's what I seen. That's what it is. Let me fall back. Let me create my own liberation organization. Let me fall back. I can't do this because there's the sign right there. So with that being said, I want to make sure that everybody have a fair chance at this information. So let's get it started. Now, on the last show, I told y'all that after Hashim, not after Hashim. I told y'all that after Khalid Muhammad, the takeover was in full swing. And it continues to be in full swing. So first you have, again, Malik Zulu Shabazz, the break off with Crystal. He puts Hashim into office. Hashim passed suspiciously. Malik assumes the position. And from Malik was born A.J. Frazier, who also was a part of Crystal and the infamous GMJ. But I want you to pay close attention to this presentation as we get busy. As you can see on the left, he changes his flyer now because the original flyer had this picture on it. We're going to talk about that picture in a minute. You feel me? We're going to talk about that in a minute. But what I want you to know is that I was at this event. I was clueless about the workings of the new Black Panther Party at this point. I was clueless. But as AJ Frazier is security for Malik, it's funny how AJ Frazier says that Malik is an agent in this time. And I could pull the receipts, but let's keep it moving. Now, the funny thing about that also is that when you look at this breakdown, that they're all connected. That's the funny thing about it. They're all connected. And now the top man who claims to have, hear this now, 122 chapters. Did y'all hear what I say? That's 122 chapters of PANSOC. You hear what I say? This is his claim. Now, you and I know that this is propaganda. How do we know that it's propaganda? Because anytime you go look at any pictures or anything that's going on, it's roughly 20, no more than 30 people there. And with 122 chapters, and you can only assemble 20 or 30 people, that's nothing but propaganda. That's clearly propaganda. 122. Do you know what 122 chapters look like? With all the people that was following Grandmaster Jay, I don't even think he boasts of 122 chapters. So off the break, whenever there are people in our community that is trying to gain influence, one of the things that they do is they inflate numbers and they put out propaganda that allow them to look bigger than what they are. I call it the Wizard of Oz effect, whereas though the little midget is behind the curtain, but he got the big voice. In other words, you got a little organization, but you inflate the numbers to make it look bigger than what it is. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the Wizard of Oz degree. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that you want to check all the time. When people start talking big, real big, I mean, house real big, group real big, everything real big. When they start doing that, the first thing you want to do, if you are a researcher, you see what I'm saying? If you are a researcher, the first thing that you want to do is fact check the numbers. Now, if a person can lie about something that petty, then you already know that they're embellishing on other levels that you might not even imagine. And that's not a good leadership quality. Press 7 if you understand what I'm saying. We're going to break this guy down. We're going to break him down, and we're going to show who's the real agent. We're going to show who's the real agent. So that's one of the agents or propagandists moves. They always inflate numbers. It never fails. That's what they do. They always inflate numbers to make them seem bigger than what they are. Now, with that being said, one of the things that you also know about propagandists and what you want to call agents, whether they is what they not is or not, one thing that they always do, I want you to pay close attention to this all day. One thing that they always do too, they don't create events. They show up at events. They hijack events and get the camera put on them so it make them seem, again, as if they're leading the protesters. You hear what I'm saying? I want you to pay attention. So if you have a leader and all they want to do is just say, we're going to show up for an event, we're going to show up here, we're going to show up there. They never organize or create an event. They never organize a Breonna Taylor event. They never organize a Mike Brown event. They never organize anything. All they do is show up and they create confusion to bring attention to themselves. And in fact, they think and unsuspecting people believe that it legitimizes them. You in class tonight. You in class tonight. You hear what I'm saying? So ask yourself, has your leader say, we going to this event? Have your leader ever said that? We going to this event. We going to this event. We going to this. And this goes across the board. This is the Nation of Islam. This is the Moorish Science Temple of America. You know what I mean? This is all organizations, if they are just showing up at events and not creating events, that's a dead giveaway too. You understand? They said, we're going to this event, and then they show out. Whether they say anything or not, the imagery with the guns, the imagery with the patch, the imagery with the black on, the red, black, and green is enough to draw attention to them. And this is how they begin to legitimize themselves, even though they have a different agenda. See, the legitimization is for the people that don't know so they can get them to join. And then you get on the checklist of one who's a freedom fighter. You understand what I'm saying? So pay attention. We in class tonight. Now watch this. As you can see, Malik Zulu Shabazz have done it many a times. Crystal has done it many a times. In fact, you can see on this demonstration where it's a Black Lives Matter protest. You see? And they show up and just scream, yell, hoop, and holler, and they hijack the attention. All right? So this is what you got to ask yourself. Before you join one of these people, ask yourself, what have they organized from the activist perspective to fight oppression? They show up at other people's events. That's what they do. And they've been doing it for a long time. All right? And they've been doing it for a long time. I'm going to show you how long they've been doing it. Let's check Crystal real quick. 2015, here's Crystal right here. More than 100 people march in the streets of Port Gibson Saturday and protest the way Otis Byrd death has been investigated. We do what we want. Justice. When do we want it? Right now. No justice, no peace, the protesters chanted. The march culminated with a program held in front of Claiborne County Courthouse, headed by Yvonne Dawes, president of Claiborne County NAACP. Now, how long? This is an article from 2015. But they have been yelling, no justice, no peace, for over 20 and 30 years. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Right now. No justice, no peace. Now, question would be, is this a reasonable path to liberation after all these years? Do that work. What is the common definition that people like to use of insanity? Can anybody type it in there? What do we like to say insanity is? They've been doing this for a minute now. They've been yelling no justice, no peace for a minute. They've been saying, what do we want? So at this point, this is insanity. Like, you need to re-strategize. You need to recalibrate. You need to do something, because at this point, this is insanity. But again, the point that I'm making is that these people show up at other people's events and they use it to legitimize themselves. There we go, shown from the side. Doing the same thing and expecting the different results. In fact, they doing the same thing, expecting different results, or they doing the same thing and they're getting the results that they have desired. They're getting the results that they have desired. And we are in the same situation we were when they started. And here we go. Following tradition, AJ does the same thing. However, you want to know the difference is that when he stood out at the Aubrey march, he had Grandmaster Jay with him, and they called him one of the organizers. You follow me? showing up to events to legitimize themselves. Now, question. How is it that you scream Black Power and you go training with whom many Black Power enthusiasts will call the European, the devil, the cracker, the pig, the white man, the enemy? How do you train next to the one that you consider your enemy? We're ready to talk about how this is a joke now. How do you train at the same facility, owned, operated, and even they are training there also? How do you liberate a people like that? That would be like the United States training at a Russian facility. That would be like the Russians training at a Ukraine facility. That don't make sense. How can we take these people serious? See, this is not me. I'm saying, how do we take these people who claim liberation serious? You're sitting there showing how sharp you are in front of the very one that you call the enemy. Not me, that you call the enemy. And somebody is supposed to take you serious. Anybody that's rocking with a leader that would take them to a gun range that's mixed with Europeans and y'all talking Black Power, wearing red, black, and green and screaming crazy epithets while y'all marching in front, the oppressor should be questioned. Why you take me there? It's a European. I ain't shooting my gun right there. It's a European right there. Who was that? Do you know him? What he doing here? You couldn't go like you did in some of the other ones, go into the woods? I'm telling you, this stuff is, and the ones that are members of this, for some reason, they don't see it right then and there. Like Christian News said, I'm with Christian News on this one. I don't understand why they're using that outdated term pig. Me neither. Every time they say it, I'm like, huh? The pigs. Like, what? That's goofy. but this is the thing. So the question is, remember what he said. I'm supposed to be the agent, though. I'm supposed to be the agent. But he's taking people to a gun range. Hold up, we ain't finished yet. He's taking people to a gun range with the very people that they call pigs, devils, crackers, the white man, all that. That's what he doing. I ain't doing that. That's what he doing. Pigs. These people crazy, man. And I know some people was like, yeah, when I was there, I was wondering why we here. I looked over there and was like, what the quote unquote white man doing here? I was like, but that's all right. Let me shoot my gun. Come on, bust your gun. Everybody bust your gun. New York, bust your gun. North Carolina, bust your gun. I bust my gun. And the European like, snap. They got cameras there. You on TV? A camera there, a camera there, a camera there, a camera there. I'm trying to tell you. The point that I'm making is, check this out. The point that I'm making is, how in the world do we take these people serious? This is not something that I got to look far for. I mean, like, the best they can come up with, let me say this. The best they going to come up with is, he an agent. Okay, I got you. Whatever. But what I'm going to come up with, I'm going to show and prove. These guys will go and sleep out in the woods with tents and call that training. This off his page. This off the PANSOC page. They went camping. They the Boy Scouts. They the Boy Scouts. What does this have to do with now? I get it. I get it. If things will go left, you will want to be able to have some survival skills. I get it. But when you're talking about liberation of a people, there are other things that take more priority. And I'm going to talk about some of them things in a minute. I mean, and the ground that they're camping on, can y'all hear me on this? The ground that they're camping on, they don't even own. They don't even have economics in place to even support a battle, much less than a war. It takes economics. Listen, Brother Ozone is struggling right now to raise money for an attorney. And all of these people that say they are in solidarity, they can't rub two pennies together to set off what he need to secure his attorney. You get what I'm saying? They don't have no lawyer that they can call for one who falls victim in the revolution. They don't have nothing. Yet, they put on these stage shows of camping. They put on these stage shows. I'm going to show you a minute. Scuba diving, skydiving, all that. They put on these stage shows. They don't have attorney on retainer. If one of them get hemmed up, they don't have not one attorney on retainer. The dope boy is smarter than these crazy people. At least the dope boy say, I got a Jewish lawyer to eat the case. The dope boy is smarter than them. Y'all hear what I say? Press 7 if you understand what I'm saying. You can get mad at me all you want. You're going to get mad at the truth tonight. The dope boy is smarter than these people. You know what I'm saying? The D-boy, think about what attorney they going to use, because they know at someday that dope game going to catch up with them. They already know. So true liberators, as the real Black Panthers in the 60s and the 70s knew, many of them went to law school. And they had lawyers on deck, as well as many of them got out. You hear me? Many of them got out years later because, in fact, let me send this to one of the elders right now. Many of them got out because, stand by, let me send this to one of the elders. 1 second. Many of them got out because the elders was intelligent and knew law. And when they went to deal with the system, it took them some years, but they were able to fight from a law perspective. They was able to fight. These people don't have nothing on retainer. Somebody say, have you ever interviewed a real Panther? Absolutely. Absolutely. A couple of them. In fact, I'm going to have some on the show soon. But these are real Panthers. They're not new Black Panther. It's a difference between new Black Panther and the Black Panthers. These are the new Black Panther. The real Panthers don't support this mess. They don't support none of this mess. None of it. None of it. They don't support this at all. You follow me? They don't support none of this mess. Now, with that being said, let's get back to it. So what they do is they do these things. They take pictures so they can project. They want to project, and this projecting is a form of recruiting. You follow me? Now, this is a picture of the brother that says, I'm a rat. AJ. He's jumping out of a plane. Again, this is to legitimize him. So he called himself PANSOC. He said that we rescue people. family, I want to ask you a question. Let's be honest now. Let's be 1,000% honest. The last time, most of us are over 40, have anybody ever parachuted in your hood, in your field of your suburban lifestyle or your country lifestyle? Has anybody ever parachuted to help oppression? Anybody? Anybody ever parachuted in Baltimore to I'm just saying. This is projection. This is projecting. This is projecting. What it does is it excites people who may be interested, but they don't connect the dots. Like, hold up, this ain't got nothing to do with liberation of our people. Our people in the hood. Our people are being stomped by police. Our people are being beat up. Our people, like, hold up, what I'm parachuting for? What I'm parachuting for? Like, shouldn't I be learning how to move in and out what they would call urban areas? Shouldn't I be doing that? When you look at a fireman training, they train with big buildings so they know what to expect when the real thing goes down. Y'all hear what I say? These people don't even own a plane. They got to rent a plane to train. This is ridiculous. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. They got to rent a plane to train to project. It's getting worse. Hey, AJ Fraser, you should have left me alone because this is getting ridiculous now. This is getting ridiculous. You got to rent a plane. You don't even own a plane. Many people don't even own parachutes. How does that help the oppression of our people? This stuff look good on video. This stuff looks good on social media. But it doesn't pass the litmus test when we're talking about real liberation. You understand? This does not pass the litmus test. This is all projection to excite people's emotions and to help them get interested in joining something that they consider to be adventurous, but is still, quote unquote, black power. This is a marketing tool. This is a marketing tool, and not only is it a marketing tool, it's propaganda. Because I will guarantee you that anybody, let me stop for a minute. I'm going to give you an example. Listen, I'm going to give you an example in a second. Watch this. Let me give you an example in 1 second. And one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to turn it up. One thing I'm not going to do is turn it up, but I will show you. Give me 1 second. This is how emotionally messed up we are as a people, right? This is how we are. Hold up. Let me show it to you. So my good friend over there with name OC the Great, he actually put up a PANSOC demonstration in order to highlight the amazing skill of PANSOC. And again, as you can see, they're in the field. Shout out to the real. All right, let me get past this commercial. Shout out to the real. I know it's some real ones in PANSOC. This one ain't for you. Look. See, here we go. 1 second. I don't know what just happened. 1 second. Let me get it again. I'm going to get them a couple views on this one. Y'all should go check it out. You see what I'm saying? Here they go. At the same location where I just showed a picture with the European. Right. Here they go. You see? Okay. There they go. Same location. Scuba diving. Look at this. He sends this to OC the Great because this is propaganda 101. This is propaganda. All right. Now I want to show you one more in a second. This is Propaganda 101. You see that? This is Propaganda 101. He sends this to OC the Great. And OC the Great is going to play this in order to support the idea that these are liberators, that these are people that you should trust with your liberation. You hear what I'm saying? That these are people that you should trust with your liberation. Now watch this. I want you to stay and watch the show, because watch this now. Watch this. This is how our people get so emotionally involved. We need more of that training and discipline in the community. Keep at it. Again, we need training to dive out of planes. But wait till I break this all down in a minute. Every time I see melanin people come together like that, it gives me goosebumps. More power to the Black nation. That's so wonderful to see our men train in all things. I'm so proud of you. It looks like we're coming together soon. It's like we're coming sooner than later. Nice to see the effort being placed into training. We definitely would need a lot of more. Let me tell you something. I don't mean to rain on anybody parade. And I agree with many of the comments that we do need training. We do need brothers and sisters who are equipped and ready to do all aspects of training. However, when we're talking about liberation of our people, there is some things that take precedence. There are some things that take precedence. We're not jumping out no planes because we don't own none. You hear what I'm saying? That's number one. So this is just weekend fun. All right? You're not scuba diving with no guns because none of our people are being drugged in the water and we got to scuba dive to the ship and drag them out. At least I haven't seen it yet. Maybe you have. I don't know. I live near the Chesapeake Bay and I haven't seen nobody, not even the Navy SEALs, to swim out to grab some Asiatic so-called black child off of a ship. I haven't seen it, but maybe you have. So these are weekend warriors having buddy fun time. Now, I know they're going to be mad at me, but it is what it is. Now, but hold up. There are some legitimate people now that have joined these groups. There are some legitimate people who have joined these groups that's watching right now and be like, dang, man, he right. Man, I hate that Tahaka Bay. He right. He right. How does this play a role towards the liberation of a people? He right. Because I got something for you in a minute. Now listen. Not only is this counter-revolutionary, not only is it counter-revolutionary, not because somebody is skydiving. No, you should learn that skill if you need it, I would guess. Not only because they're scuba diving, and sure, you may need that one day. But it's counter-revolutionary because the situation in our community is dire. You see what I'm saying? I believe they should be having training exercises on North Avenue in Baltimore or in Bankhead in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? I think they should have training exercises in the hood right in there while they selling dope. Because the little babies is the ones that's going to be needing rescued. Y'all press 7 if y'all understand what I'm saying. They should be right there in Bankhead, running through those little neighborhoods, ducking behind houses. They should be running with their guns straight through the neighborhood. They should be on North Avenue, you know what I'm saying, and running straight through the projects, learning how to hide in the inner city. This is real talk, because that's where the drama always happens. We don't experience drama in the sky. When the last time we experienced drama in the sky? The only time we experience drama in the sky is when we pray to the sky god. Oh, Lord. We look up at the sky. Oh, Lord. So this is how we know this is propaganda to draw people in. This is all this is. This is all this is. You know what I'm saying? This is all this is. This is propaganda. Watch how I break it down to you, family. Walk with me. I know they're going to be mad at me. Man, that was a beautiful thing until Tahaka said something. So they go to Skydive, Georgia. You hear me? Skydive Georgia. And you go to Skydive Georgia, you can have a good time at Skydive Georgia. Jumping since 97, still rocking the #1 skydiving center in the Southeast. The thrill of a lifetime. It changed my life. Come on out. Book now to Skydive in Georgia. You follow me? And if you're ready to jump, you better go to the skydiving prices. You hear what I said? Go to the skydiving prices so you can learn how to jump. You understand what I'm saying? And so if you want to do what PANSOC is doing, you can go at any time you get ready if you in Georgia. All right? You can go to the Skydive Georgia. You hear what I'm talking about? Shout out to Skydiving Georgia, who give the best prices in the skydiving business. I might as well give them a drop too, because they dropped the bag on them, all them people they took over there. Hold on 1 second. Let's get to it. We're going to talk about Skydiving Georgia. Entertain me for 1 second. Yeah, I know a lot of people that dropped off now. They're like, man, why you got to hurt them so bad? Because this fool went crazy. That's why. He went crazy. All right, we're going to go to, let's go to Skydiving Georgia real quick. In fact, I'm not even going to go to the page. I already got it. I ain't got to go to Skydiving Georgia. Let's go back to the tab. You understand what I'm saying? And so in this one, you see how this guy is on. Sometimes you got to go with a partner. You hear what I'm saying? Now, for me, this is too close for comfort for me to dive with somebody this close. For me, that's too close. But now, that may not be true for everybody else. That may not be true for PANSOC. But I'm uncomfortable even looking at this. Shout out to my brother with PANSOC who demonstrated this, but I'm not comfortable. And if you did it, you shouldn't have been comfortable either. But apologize and ask for forgiveness. That's just too close. For what? No, man. No. We ain't got no mission. Man, listen. Only way that happened to me, and I'm gonna be clear. I gotta be on a plane, and the plane is going down. They said the only way you get out, I gotta strap to my parachute. I'm like, man, please, no. Hey, can you straighten this plane out? Hey, you in the cockpit, please land this plane. I don't want this man strapped to me. But I'm saying, the funny part is that they think that this is going to play a role in liberation of our people. They don't really think that for real. They don't believe that this is going to play a role in liberation of our people. Who in their right mind think this is going to play a role in liberation of our people when we don't even own a plane? Do you know what happened in the Ukraine? You know what happened in the Ukraine? What happened in the Ukraine was one of the first things that Russia did was they hit the landing strip. Anybody hear about that? Bro Charles, he said, GS, it was uncomfortable. You have to be strapped to that man for a long time. Bro Charles, I forgive you. But I remember what you said, Bro Charles. You said, man, I just was into it because I thought this was a part of me saving my people. And that's why I said what I said. To my brothers and sisters who did this with good intentions, now that you think about it, you know that it don't make sense today. You know that it don't make sense today. You have never seen in the years of oppression of our people that a rescue or addressing our people's problem has been a response like we see on this screen. You ain't never seen that. This is propaganda to draw people in. This is excitement. This is just another way to draw people in. That's all it is. That's all it is, to draw people in, because you got all different types of people in our community. We got all different types of people in our community. Some people are attracted to that. You see what I'm saying? Some people are attracted to F the white man. Some people are attracted to the white man is the devil. Some people are attracted to black power. Some people are attracted to this extreme weekend warrior stuff. You follow me? But I got one for you. I mean, I got one for you. Let me take you there real quick. Family, if they were serious about this, right? If they were serious about this, let me take you here real quick. If they were serious about this, 1 second. Here we go. If they were serious about this, all right, right now, I got a mission for you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Can y'all hear me? Uh-oh. Let me see if I can escape. If I can escape. All right. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Maybe we got too many windows open. Bam. Bam. Close some of these windows out. Hold up. All right. My bad. Okay. Let me see if I can do it now. All right. All right. Here we go. I'm getting to it, family. I must got too excited. It's crazy. Here we go.
By 6 o'clock, if I can remember, I woke up to the sound of like an explosion.
Nigerian doctor Akintola Onidamilola is trying to flee Ukraine's capital, Kyiv.
So this is what the road is like. It's kind of empty.
Like thousands of other Africans who went to Ukraine for their studies, she's now stranded amid a Russian military invasion.
Do you hear that? She's stranded in the Ukraine. Don't that look like Rakisha from around the corner? In fact, she's an African sister. She needs to be rescued as we speak. She went to school in the Ukraine. See, this is the part of the news that I'm going to be covering soon. In fact, I'm going to cover this story probably tomorrow on a pre-record. Watch this.
All of us are just trying to do what we can to get out of here.
Cities under siege across Ukraine are home to tens of thousands of African students studying medicine, engineering, and military affairs. What was seen as a cheaper alternative to Western Europe and the United States has now become a war zone. Russian tanks, planes, and ships on Thursday launched the biggest European invasion of another nation since World War II. This is Dnipro in Ukraine's east, home to Ghanaian medical student Nana Efa Hockman.
For now, I don't know. The only option we have is...
Here you go. There you go. You want rescue? There you go. See, this is what I'm talking about. Now, we know I'm just making fun of the ridiculousness that people will fall into this concept that these people have some sort of path towards liberation. The world look at them as a joke. This is the real life right here. Look at this.
Go to Poland border, but it's not really safe, because going to Poland border, literally we need to pass through some of these cities before we can reach the western side of the country.
Morocco, Nigeria, and Egypt are among the top 10 countries worldwide with foreign students in Ukraine, together supplying 16,000 students according to the Education Ministry.
All of them look like us too.
Grounded, African governments thousands of miles away are struggling to support their citizens. Ghanaian engineering student Percy Ohini Yaboa,
Y'all see this?
from the eastern city Kharkiv, says it's only now that the reality is hitting. Afraid of taking the road west and without flights or money, he's staying put.
I think it's for me, I think it's a bit too late for evacuation and all those things.
That's Raheem
That's
around the
why
corner.
The students
You see,
quoted
this is what I
spokesman
mean.
said they have not yet received help from home.
You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. Now, we know that PANSOC don't have the ability to go to the Ukraine, but if they did have the ability to go to the Ukraine, would they jump out a plane to try to rescue those students? We know better. This is the point that I'm making, that this stuff is nothing but propaganda. And as I go towards the closing of this presentation, you'll have a clearer concept of what I mean by propaganda. Now, here is one that we really need help with.
We're at the border of Medica in Poland. This is the separation that has been happening, whereas Ukrainians are treated better while the Africans aren't. We've been pushed, we've been shoved.
The Africans are being shot. They being pushed out the way so the Ukrainians can get out the country. You hear what I'm saying? And these people are faking like they're some Navy SEALs here in the United States. What I'm saying is this: it's real problems going on in the world. It's real problems going on in the world. And these people playing cosplay, these people dressing up every day. There is real problems going on in the world. Look at this.
We are denied access, and there are so many of us compared to the Ukrainians. Ukrainians get special treatment while the Africans are waiting outside in the cold in big herds. You get people from Congo all around here, a lot of Africans. You get Africans from Rwanda here. It's just a mess at the moment.
Y'all hear what I'm saying? I would take a risk of the copyright. I'll take a risk of that. I'll take a risk because I got to make a point. The point that I'm making is that no way, shape, or form can we sit back and act as though that people renting parachutes, jumping out of Cessnas, have the ability or even present a reasonable path to liberation for our people. That don't make sense. 130 chapters, but no Panthers in the ATL, your own city. It don't make sense. I'm telling you, in my Dane Calloway voice, I'm just here to make you think. But now, remember, he said that I am the agent. Remember that? He said that I am the agent. But what I'm going to show you is that this propaganda has more potential of being agent behavior than I would ever have. And at the end of the dive, this is how close that man was next to the other man. And y'all see that Cessna there? That ain't even a plane that would be used to rescue nobody. This is recreational. This is all recreational. They are showing you a recreational time of the weekend. What you seen on OC the Great, that was recreational. This has nothing to do with liberation. They mad at me, I know. That's all right. Mind you, the same one that they call the devil, the same one that they call the pig, the same one that they call our oppressor is the same one that's on their back. Isn't that ironic? Isn't that ironic? The same one they call the pig, the same one they call the oppressor, the same one is on our back as we be a weakened warrior. Unbelievable to me. Unbelievable to me. Yeah. Look at that. Now, with that being said, let's be clear. This is from AJ, United States Parachute Association. And this what I would imagine he shows to his members, that he's a member of the United States Parachute Association. You hear what I say? I would imagine that's what he shows his members, that he's a member of the United States Parachute Association. And when you look at it, you would say, okay, this guy is somewhat legitimate. You follow me? And people will be like, yeah, you got to remember, I'm a member of the United States Parachute Association, and you know, here's my card. Yeah, it's my card. But with that being said, most people just look at stuff, but they don't look at stuff. See, me, I actually look at stuff, and I wonder how legitimate it is. Well, it's another fun time. It's just another fun time. This is when people start saying that I was in the military, you would think that they would have this military training. But in fact, no. This is not no military training. They're going to the European that does this for fun, to train them to do it for fun, to give you the impression that they do it as freedom fighters. Did you hear what I just said? This is what they do. This is the fake out. You hear what I'm saying? They go straight to the same people that they scream cracker on the street to, the same people, the same people that they call pigs, the same people that they call our oppressor. They go straight to them and give them hundreds of dollars to learn something that they will never use in liberating our people 9 times out of 10. Press 7 if y'all still with me. Everybody hit that thumbs up because we ain't finished yet. This is what PANSOC does. This is what the video that you see. This is what they do. Press 7 if y'all still with me. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to like me. I'm not asking you to like me. But I'm saying if you join an organization and you go into the European, the same one that you calling a cracker, the same one that you calling a pig, the same one that you consider to be our oppressor, you a hypocrite. Because these are type of skills that you probably won't need in fighting for our people. Unless you know how to take a plane, you probably won't need. What you're going to need is urban warfare. That's what you're going to need. Because our people are oppressed in urban areas. And those who are not in urban areas, the inner city, they got enough money to get out. You don't have to like me. I could care less. I could care less if you don't like me. But one thing you're going to do, you're going to yield to this truth. They're having a good time. Squirrel wings. They call them squirrel wings. You feel me? These people are playing games. They projecting to the public. And then call me an agent? Nah. In fact, you can't get a pass on that one. You know what I mean? You can't get a pass on that one. In fact, you literally got your little skydive demonstration September the 7th, 2021. You hear what I say? You ain't about that smoke for real. You just, huh? Or you had to renew it, or I don't know. Maybe you did do it. Maybe you did do it in the military, but you went to the European here in September to go and get that thing. September 7th, 2021. Yeah, that's just a few months ago. Although we in 2022, that's a few months ago. Mm-hmm. They say him Tahaka Bay. Mm-hmm. Tahaka Bay, Toronto Johnson. Mm-hmm. That's what they say he is. On the Moorish court. Now, at the end of the day, this is who you gave your money to. Screaming black power, wearing the black and green patch. There is not a brother or sister in sight. Not a brother or sister in sight. You hear what I say? Let me let that sit there for a minute. Who's the agent? Who's the agent? How much money you give to these people? Now, I'm not saying that you don't spend your money where it need to be spent, regardless of nationality, race, or creed. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you're spending your money at unnecessary places in the name to prove that you are a freedom fighter and a liberator. There you go. That's the whole crew. There is not a one of us in sight. Not one. And you feel comfortable with that? You feel comfortable with that? When y'all went around there with all them Europeans, I don't feel that comfortable. And I ain't got nothing against no Europeans. I don't feel that. That's too many at one place. One or two or something. But I don't feel that comfortable. I could go into a European environment. Where it's majority Europeans, so-called white people. And when they look at me, I be like, I'm scared of you. I say it out loud. Why are you staring at me? I'm not going to steal nothing. In fact, I'm scared of you. Your people have stole the earth, stuck up the whole planet. Don't look at me. I'm not going to steal nothing. I don't want nothing in there. You're scaring me. I'm in fear of you. I don't feel that comfortable. But he would take his people in these environments. He would take his people in these environments, and they walk from these environments still feeling comfortable in their quote unquote black power. Nah, when you took me there, I would have been like, man, hold up, man, who the heck is this guy? Yeah, maybe they got our people in the kitchen cooking chicken. This is some good fried chicken. Anybody want some watermelon? Maybe we in the kitchen. What I'm saying is, let's not forget the thought. We're talking about people screaming black power, people screaming liberation, people screaming all of this devil, pig, cracker stuff. Let's not forget that. This is not about these Europeans on this screen because they do what they do. These black power PANSOC, this black power PANSOC leader takes his people to them. But I'm the agent? Doesn't make sense, but it's going to get better. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. It's about to get better. The best that ever did it is right here with you tonight. It's about to get better. Now, to my good brother who's in the chat today that was swimming underwater with an automatic weapon, the question would be, who in the world are we going to save swimming underwater in the Black Power construct? This is all propaganda. Most people would say, man, you ain't gonna have to save no sister. She ain't trying to get her hair wet anyway. What is this all about? This is called propaganda. Understand what I mean by propaganda. There are many heartstrings that need to be pulled to pull our people from the back and bring them to the front so they can be identified. You follow me? For people to be identified, let me get this. Let me get them about here. For people to be identified, you bring them from the back, from the shadows. You attract them with something that appeals to them, and then you can identify them. I'm going to show you in a minute. Stay with me. Stay with me. So we're going to shoot guns underwater. He's going to make sure that a camera is on him as he do his underwater maneuver. See, this is all propaganda. This don't make no sense. You have never seen our liberation consistent with this madness. Never, ever, ever. So this is clear that this is propaganda. Has nothing to do with our liberation. Talking about they saving girls. And then, man, somebody just made a point. Drug dealers don't even allow that many cameras. How do you record all your training? You record what type of guns you have. You record that you're swimming, that you're skydiving, that you're in the woods at a shooting range. You're around Europeans. I mean, come on. You a leader? But y'all ain't seen nothing yet. I hope y'all ready. It's about to get real heavy now. I hope y'all ready. This is the leader. Now, and if you want to go skydiving, here's the prices. Tandem jumps $239. That means when you got the person on your bottom, it's going to cost you $239. All right? They're going to have the $239 to strap another man to your behind. That's what it's going to cost. Now, imagine him giving all the bread to the Europeans, $239. They don't have a piece of land. They ain't got an attorney if one of them get locked up. All of this money could be a retainer for an attorney for if one of the members get locked up. It don't make sense. They don't have no acres of land so they can train on. Hey, bro, Charles, any acres of land that they train on? Any acres of land to train on? You mean this is priority over a private property so you can train on? Not a private property where you can train on? This is what I'm saying. You don't even have a secure private property to train on that you can say is yours. But you got to send your people to pay all of this? They got Malik Zulu Shabazz. I'm trying to tell you, this is how you know it's all a sham. But wait up now. Here's the prices. You got to get a jump ticket, hop and pop, gear rental. But there you go. He has been discharged since 2004. So we know he was in the Marines. He's been discharged since 2004. It is now 2022. Let me stop for a minute. He's been discharged in 2004 from the Marines for a medical discharge. We'll get into that on the next show if need be. But now the point is this. Let me make sure I was reading it right before I finish. Yep, United States Marine Corps. Now remember what I said. Hear me good. Hear me good. Hear me real good. Most Marines out of all the armed forces, you hear what I said? Most Marines out of all the armed forces are the ones that become CIA. They are the ones that become Secret Service. They are the ones that become FBI. They are the ones that become Homeland Security or informants. Out of all the branches of the military, the Marines are the top ones. You hear what I say? Not the Army, not the Navy, not the Coast Guard. The Marines are the ones that get the jobs as CIA. You hear what I say? So if someone is an agent, it wouldn't be a blogger with a criminal record of 20 years ago. It would be a Marine who's faking like he's scuba diving, who's faking like he's skydiving, who's faking like he's a black power, who's faking. And I got more to give you. We just getting started. We just getting started. We just getting started. When you look at the color guard in front of the White House, you see Marines. When the president get off that plane, you see Marines. And he was a Marine. Now, I'm not projecting, or maybe I am, or embellishing, or am I? I don't know, but I'm just telling you that of all the armed forces, if one would be an agent, it would be you. You are the Marine. Not me. I've never been in the military. I've been in a concrete jungle. I've been in the universal prison that our people have to deal with when we rock to sleep. I'm woke today, and I'm helping to wake other people up too. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. According to you, you have Combat Action Ribbon, Selected Marine Corps Reserve Medal, Global War on Terrorism. You know they call Black Power groups domestic terrorists. You know that. You have a ribbon for Global War on Terrorism, according to you. And you got a Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, according to you. A Presidential Unit Citation Navy ribbon. National Defense Service Medal jackpot. National defense. You know what they call those who operate in black power organizations? They call them a national security threat. Who's the agent? They call them a national security threat. All you have to do is read the Black Identity Extremists papers, and it will tell you that they have become a national security threat, and you, not me, not me, you, not me. Let's be clear. You, not me, have a National Defense Service Medal. No, I didn't say what kind of discharge he had. I just say he was discharged in 2004. It could have been an honorable discharge. I didn't go that far. I didn't say what kind of discharge. I want everybody to hear me good. Cryptonomics said, Voice World TV, depending on the type of discharge, some qualify for federal jobs. I'm just saying. No, I didn't say what type of discharge. I didn't say it was dishonorable discharge. I didn't say it was honorable. I say he was discharged in 2004. That's what I said. But that's him. This is his beautiful display of commitment. This is his beautiful display of commitment to this wonderful country of ours. And now he's a black power liberation fighter. The mic need to be dropped right now. I should not say nothing else. And I got more and more. I can do part 2, 3, and 4 and lay this all out. That if this is why I say anybody that say anything about me, come on. Anybody say anything about me, come on the show. I will even come on your show. And we can compare that who I would do a show, who is more likely the agent. Anybody that want to test me, you're welcome to come on the show. I will shut up and let you present whatever you want to present. And I'm just talking about any lay person. I'm talking about any person that's a part of an organization, any person that's a part of anything that represents liberation for our people who say that Tahaka Bay is an agent. I invite you on the show. I will shut up while you present, and I'm going to ask you to shut up while I present and let the people call it. Press 7 if y'all with that. Anybody. Just show your face. And we're going to see by the preponderance of the evidence who is most likely the agent. Who is most likely? That's all we got to do. That's all we got to do. I will invite anybody and I will shut up and let you present. I won't say nothing. You can talk about that I've been locked up. You can talk about I smacked the brains out of woman. You can say all this crazy stuff you want to. I'm going to respond to it too. And I'm going to respond with receipts. And I'm going to respond with receipts. But you ain't going to be able to respond what I'm going to bring to the table. The logic that I bring to the table, you won't be able to respond. I know this for a fact. I know that for a fact. You won't be able to respond because it just don't work that way. It just don't work that way because I'm gonna bring a trailer load. I'm gonna bring a trailer load of stuff to show and prove that 9 times out of 10 that you are not ready. You feel me? That you are not ready. Let me show this real quick. Show this real quick. This is the most suspect picture in relation. This is the most suspect picture in relation to PANSOC. This is the picture where they went in on Ahmaud Arbery and March in Brunswick, and this is when Grandmaster Jay was introduced to the world by the way of PANSOC, AJ. And we know how that turned out. But it wasn't just him. According to this, it was PPA, Huey P. Newton Gun Club, BPLF, PANSOC, and Fight for My People. But who was standing with AJ was Grandmaster Jay. And this was the logo that was adopted by PANSOC. Stop it for a second. You hear me? Y'all really think this is a game, but I'm going to show you. I want you to stay with me for a minute. I'm almost done. I want you to stay with me for a minute. I'm going to show you how this works. You're really going to get a dose of this in a minute. Now, this is if I'm the agent. Remember, this is all about I'm responding that I'm the agent. You remember? If I'm the agent, I got a question. As serious as cancer. Why would AJ text me and tell me stuff like this? I'm going to show you a few things that he has told me through text. I was put on a terrorist watch list years ago after an NPP leader got me arrested. It took me years to get off of it, even after questioning to be removed. And it gave me a lot of problems with travel and work, Fed, harassment, and other issues. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I ain't never been put on a terrorist watch list. Matter of fact, I don't even know. It took me years to get off it. I've never had interaction with no feds. Never in my life. Unless they was undercover at the grocery store and I didn't know, but never. Never. See, you move too much trying to convince somebody you're not, and you tell on yourself. Then he sends me a link to the Southern Poverty Law Center. He said, here's the hate group list directly from the source. You hear what I say? He sent me as if it's credible to me. I don't care about the Southern Poverty Law Center. I don't find them to be legitimate. I just don't. I think they're informative, but I don't find them to be legitimate as it relates to judging my people and fighting for freedom. I just don't. But he's using this as a source. How is that a source? Y'all see the mentality that we're dealing with? This is the mentality that we're dealing with. Hold up, it gets better. It gets better. FYI, I just sent this to all my comrades. I thought you might want to read it for your knowledge as well. Hey, comrades, there's a lot of funny stuff going on right now. Most of the units who are public making moves right now are being paid to do so. Where did we hear that from? Most of the people that are publicly moving are getting paid to do so. Where did we hear that from? Somebody in the comment section, type it in there. Where did we hear that? If you don't remember, it's the Grandmaster J video. Here is confirmation. It's the Grandmaster J video when he said, shh. I'm the agent? Don't make sense. I'm the agent? You say the same thing Grandmaster J say? I'm the agent? Okay. Let's just see about that. 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 I'm the agent? Okay. I hear you. I ain't even going to pull the video up because everybody has seen it so many times. You know what I'm saying? Let's read on. Let's go on. AJ. The great thing about not being paid to do this, however, is nobody owns you. In the U.S. government, they have rules against corporate lobbyists paying political members because it creates corruption. Hold up. Listen slowly. In the U.S. government, they have rules about corporate lobbyists paying political members. Let me stop again. Maybe y'all ain't reading what I'm reading, or maybe it's a typo. The great thing about not being paid to do this is, however, nobody owns you. In the U.S., the government, they have rules against corporate lobbyists playing political members because it creates confusion. Therefore, if anyone outside of PANSOC offers to pay you to attend any event or lead a training, contact me directly. Hear that? First, so we can see what's going on and make sure you're not being set up. Furthermore, although I rarely do this, let me blow this up for you. Furthermore, although I rarely do this, I need all chaplains to stand down attending any joint maneuvers with any units that are currently listed as hate groups. In other words, if the European describe you as a hate group, you on your own. This is your leader. This is your leader. This is your leader. In other words, you can't stand in solidarity like Tulsa, Oklahoma. Lately, some same groups have been very active on the microphone spewing hate speech. Look at the language. Hate speech. Who else said hate speech? Don't we hear the European Jew media always use that terminology? Hate speech. Don't we always use that? Press 7 if you ever heard that before. Lately, some of the same groups have been very active on microphones spewing hate speech. Y'all ever heard that before? Don't it sound familiar? Anybody watch the news? Sound familiar, don't it? Sound familiar, don't it? Sound familiar? I know y'all enjoying PANSOC and y'all just jumped out the fire and jumped out the pan into the fire. Now listen. Hate speech will violate our rules, as we cannot become a unit listed on the hate group list with the terrorist watch list. As we cannot become a unit listed on, you can't control that. You can't control whether you get on the terrorist watch list. You can't control that. If you say that you are for liberation of the people, they may put you on any list. But why can't you get on that list? Why? Why? Why can't you get on that list? Why? You know why? I'll let y'all figure it out. That's rhetorical. If you fighting for the liberation of a people, you don't make special rules. You just go out there and fight with the discipline. Now, I agree with all the rhetoric. I ain't with all the rhetoric. I'm with action. I ain't with all the rhetoric. I'm with, you know what I'm saying? I'm with economic building. I'm with organization. I'm with structure. I'm with all of that. However, I'm not a militia man. But you are. But you are. You jumping out of planes. You jumping out of planes. You're doing all of this stuff in the name of liberation, yet you don't want to be on any list. Stop bluffing. Go drive your tractor trailer, take care of your family, and chill out. You're going to get somebody hurt because you ain't with this. There is no rules when you claim to be a frontline soldier for the liberation of your people. Ain't no rules to that. Ain't no, we can do this, but we can't do that. We can do this. You sound like Grandmaster Jay wearing a blue band to march. That don't make no sense. You're making rules. We can do this, but we can't do that. We cannot get on the terrorist watch list. The terrorist watch list. You're going to get on every list when you're fighting for liberation, you fool. There is not one list you ain't getting on. There's not one list Bobby Seale wasn't on. There's not one list Huey P. Newton wasn't on. You're not getting away from it. If you are fighting for liberation of an oppressed people, you will be on a list, like it or not. But you think that you can convince people to tone down their rhetoric because you have an agenda that they're not aware of. You have an agenda that those that have tried to walk with you that are not aware of. And all you got to do is put 2 and 2 together from this presentation, and you will see the agenda clear as day. I'm not finished yet. Wait a minute. Remember, he said that I am the agent. Remember, he said that, right? Let's finish this up. Lately, these same groups have been very active on the microphone, spewing hate speech which violates our rules and cannot become a unit, we cannot become a unit listed on the hate group list or terrorist watch list. That will screw each of you individually and mess up a lot of stuff our unit as a whole got going on. Some units have been added to that list simply for closely affiliated with other groups already on it, who already have nothing to lose. Listen to this. Listen to this. If any of you have any questions about this, contact me directly. And understand that the terrorist watch list was created shortly after Patriot Act to limit the rights of those placed on it. It is not a good list to be on. Matter of fact, it is so bad that many agents in the movement actually get paid to get other revolutionary units and other revolutionary people added to that list, just so the feds have more power over them to do as they please to do and limit your capabilities. Y'all see how sick this sound? He's saying that. This is him saying. This is him saying. He's saying. Morse court, jury duty. Hey, listen to what he said. Let's break it down what he's saying, because I'm not cutting this up. He says that it's not a good list to be on. Matter of fact, it's so bad that many agents in the movement actually get paid to get other revolutionary units and other revolutionary people added to their list. My question would be, how you know people get paid? And I can understand someone generally saying they getting paid, but now here we go in 2 instances where you claim that people getting paid to show up, and now you're saying people getting paid to sabotage other groups to get them on the list. How you know all this? Now, generally saying, like, yeah, they getting paid. They don't, and I said on one of my shows, man, they don't get paid that much. And the reason why I say they don't get paid that much because they swindle, so they can't be getting paid that much. That just makes sense. Kerry Muhammad said, he said, don't get white folks upset. Sound like you're living in the 40s and 50s. How do he know that? This gets better. It gets better. I'm going to finish this. This what he sent me. Yeah. I know she set me up shortly before her formation. Then she started badjacking me. He's talking about Crystal. Joining her formation was the worst mistake I ever made in my whole life. She had me facing 3 felony charges. And be using COINTEL pro tactics against me ever since I left her formation years ago. I ain't never got nobody arrested in my entire life. We figured out who all the agents are. They are all have a rap sheet a mile long, career criminals. They don't have jobs or rarely seen doing self-employed work that always seem to have money. Arrest records stop showing up as soon as they become chair. I think he's talking about Crystal then. Set up their own members for felony charges. Cult leaders, bad jackets, the few real leaders, use fear tactics to prevent others from exposing them. That's what he said. In other words, they all just like Enrico Terrio. All you got to do is a background check on today's leaders to see who they really are. We're just getting started now. Watch this. I'm starting to figure out why all this weird SHIT is going on. Most leaders in the movements are getting paid by certain leaders for loyalty. It's like corrupt government, lobbyists, and the revolutionary movement. Just know those of us who are picky about our units, we are around us getting paid or cash, paid overseas trips. That it is effing ridiculous. And I respond, indeed. 2 days later. You know what I'm saying? I respond, indeed. Like, okay, I got you. You feel me? Okay, indeed. But then he goes on to say, it sounds like you already see what's going on too. No, I just say indeed. Glad I'm not the only one. I was offered payment too recently, several times, but I denied it. See how we talking about money? I told them I don't mix income with the movement because there's too much criminal itch going on and I'm not getting caught up in any more of it. So I keep my income and my movement in the movement separate. Now watch this. Hashim paid me to do security for a celebrity rapper a while back, and it turned out I was being used for a felony fall guy without my knowledge. And the celebrity rapper was told I was cool with it all, so Hashim could get paid a bunch of money. The celebrity was tricked into thinking I was getting paid in the agreement. After that, and being conned out of money several times by the NBPP and that Crystal and what Crystal did to me, I'll be damned if I let a revolutionary leaders ever pay me to be my boss. But ever again pay me to be my boss. F that. And I kept receipts for everything I just said in the case. Talib refused payment. Listen how much he talked. Talib refused payment too and made his member to give money back when he found out one of his chapter was paid $1,000 without Talib's knowledge to show up to a protest. This is effing fake. Shake my head. Now listen, hold up now. If I'm the agent Why are you just sending me all these texts unsolicited? I'm not asking him any questions. He sent me this because of the brother Charles and Cece was coming on the show, and he just started sending stuff over and over and over and over. I didn't solicit none of it. I never asked him a question. It gets better. It gets better. Wait a minute now. We're talking about a leader here in a militia or a command. It gets better. Stick around. Please press that thumbs up. Stick around. It gets better. Y'all ready? It gets better. He called me an agent. That's what he said. I'm the agent. Watch this. I'm the agent. The people and the legitimate soldiers already know who I am. Folks known me my whole life. I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. GMJ, here we go. GMJ was the only person in Brunswick I didn't know. So if I'm guilty, so is everyone else who was in Brunswick that day, including your buddies, Dre Amir and Charles Phillip, who everyone in the movement knows is a fraud. Y'all see that? This is how they do. They start deflecting. They start deflecting, claiming that he didn't know Grandmaster Jay. How did Grandmaster Jay get there? How did Grandmaster Jay know about it? I know how that happened too. They met at the Burger King a month prior. I know how that happened too. And I'll talk about that later. You know what I'm saying? I'll talk about that later. We might have a part 2 if he keep running his mouth. Y'all never see nobody who's not a rat call me a rat. Listen to what he said. This is projecting. You never see nobody who's not a rat call me a rat. Folks know me my whole life. What folks is he talking about? And 100% of my income comes from truck driving and VA disability. Nice try, though. Every time someone's tried to bad jacket me, it comes back on them because everybody knows me. Who knows you? Projecting again. Projecting again. But it gets better. He says, I'll call you. I just tried to call you. As usual, I'm minding my own business. And then I get a call. Crystal Sonia, Charles Phillips, and CC Tate are slandering name to my man running another tribunal. So I sent him a bunch of evidence proving they're lying. It's mainly the same lies they said about me on your show. This is why the feds use their rats to slander me and my organization. It's because I refuse to join them. There you go again. Sounds like he's talked to the feds again. He says that he refused to join them. Sounds as though that he talked to the feds again. How many times in this presentation that he's implied that he talked to the feds or informed of stuff that only undercovers would know? Remember, he said that I am the agent. Let's not get off the point. Remember, he said, I am the agent. But every part of this presentation, these are his own words. These are not my words. I'm not remixing them. I'm giving you the late. I didn't cut anything out. I didn't project anything. I'm reading it just like it is. And then he sends me the Britannica definition of COINTEL. Now remember, we're talking about a guy, I think somebody just said it. It's like he's protesting his innocence when there isn't a need to. Exactly. That's what's going on. And I never asked them a question. I never asked them about none of this. I never asked them about, you know what? I didn't even know who Charles and Cece was before this. He started sending me stuff. Remember, he called me the agent. Now, I'm just telling you what looks more like agent behavior. Look what he right here. You know what's funny? I sent to Harker Bay, a.k.a. Toronto Johnson, of Morse World TV, actual documentation and video evidence proving to him that Charles Phillips and CC Tate, a.k.a. Surreal Tate, of the so-called freedom fighters are pathological liars and slandering. Rescuing videos, military discharge papers, skydiving license. He sent this stuff to me himself. Scuba diving, certification, background, employment documentation, anything, and proof. I never asked him for this stuff. And yet he still allows them to come on his show, doing a whole show dedicated to me, to slander me and PANSOC and lie to deceive his own viewers. Morse World TV isn't about getting to the truth. They're about providing a vehicle for known rats to discredit and disrupt the anti-black liberation or something like that. Let me stop there. Whatever he sent me never made sense. It was a bunch of rambling. It was videos that it just didn't make sense. But in fact, when I began to look at what you were sending me and what you were talking to me, it only led me to believe that you are more suspect than anybody. I'm not saying that Brother Charles ain't a suspect. To me, I haven't seen that. I'm not saying that Sister Cece ain't suspect. But to me, I haven't seen that. But what you sent me, it appears that you would be more suspect than anybody that you talked about, except for Malik and Crystal and Grandmaster Jay. By what you sent me. Now, last but not least, what type of leader will go as far? And that girl he has accused me of being an agent is not with me anymore and was with only a member of my unit for a few months. You can contact the following people in the movement to get further details about the SHIT Charles done while in their units. Now, I want you to pay attention to this. I could give you more numbers than this. He sent me everybody number. Y'all hear what I say? This is a general, supposedly, that freely sends a TV or blogger every leader's number. You want me to get another list? Hold up 1 second. I'm not going to call y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to call you. I have no reason to. I have no reason to. You know what I'm saying? I have no reason to. But he sends me everybody number. Y'all hear that? What leader does that? Hold on. What leader does that? Who does that? Who would do that? You don't know me. He sent me 2 long lists of people numbers that I can call to confirm. Why would you just give me people number? Some of the numbers on there I already have because they've been on the show. Let me say this, family. after this show, if you believe that PANSOC or AJ is a reasonable path to help liberate our people, you are just as crazy as he is. You are just as crazy as he is. And no one should follow any leader that casually gives out other leaders' numbers. These are all commanders. These are all generals. These are all people that have strong positions in their organizations. And he freely give me these people number. He freely gives me these people number. Today, that was in December. But now, a month and a half later, I'm the agent. A month and a half later, I'm the agent. Now, question is, who's the agent? Tell him, show me how many numbers I sent him. Tell him, share our conversation. So let's take it from the top real quick before I close out. So let's take it from the top. Feel me? And we might do a part 2 because I got a lot of stuff that then came in while I was live, but I don't got time tonight. You know what I'm saying? The point that I'm making is, 1 second. Y'all remember? And now remember this. Just like I said before. Hold up. Remember, the propagandists that's pushing this stuff, this is the propagandists who pushed, this is the propagandists who pushed Grandmaster Jay. Don't forget, this is the same propagandists, all right, who also is pushing PANSOC. This is the same propagandist who is pushing Crystal. Now, you see, now this is the crazy thing. Watch this. Even this guy says the Moorish Wendy Williams on his channel. But you know what's funny? The funny part is, when you go through these videos, you would notice that the very people that I named here tonight, I'm trying to find Malik Zulu Shabazz. Y'all see that? Let me stop for a minute. The very people that I named here tonight, the propagandists, and I keep telling you, it doesn't matter how big the platform is. It does not matter. All right? When you got propagandists, one thing that you have to understand is that these propagandists, 1 second, I want to show y'all real quick. These propagandists, what they do is hold up 1 second. Let me show you real quick. Let me screen share this real quick. What they do is all they want to do is spew propaganda. They don't care. They don't have no discipline. They don't have any loyalty to anybody. So this is why you will see right here, Malik Zulu Shabazz explains fresh and fit plus more. He had Malik on here 3 weeks ago. Then he'll have Truth versus Lies, Crystal Muhammad. You follow me? Now, Crystal Muhammad says Malik is an agent. Malik says Crystal is an agent. And then he will have PANSOC, who says both of them is an agent. But I'm Moorish Wendy Williams. You can't make this stuff up. Y'all follow what I'm saying? It's clear that the same one that was the propagandist for Grandmaster Jay is also the propagandist for the most suspect people in our community. So that ultimately makes him suspect. Y'all follow what I'm saying? He becomes suspect by default because he's been pushing this propaganda no matter how far from the truth it is. He just pushes it. Again, Crystal says Malik is an agent. Malik says Crystal is an agent. AJ says both of them are agents, but they all in the same circle of propaganda. I didn't put them there. I didn't put them there. I'm just calling a spade a spade. I didn't put them there. With that being said, now, one thing we're going to be looking at soon, if he keeps talking crazy, and anybody see anything, send it to me. Because if he talks too crazy, we're going to find out, was he actually a Marine or an Army Ranger? All right. My personal review of Allied, Sarin Allied, train led by Saracen Alliance, training led by my friend and mentor and former Army Ranger General. So we're going to find out who the Army Ranger General is and all that. There may be some Saladin or something. We're going to find out. I think that's, we're going to find out who these people are. That's right. We're going to uncover them all. We're going to get them all. You know what I'm saying? That's right. We're going to find out why they coming in our community digitally. You know what I'm saying? Bro Charles say, if PANSOC remove our photos, he won't have any pics. But with that being said, family, I want y'all to hit the thumbs up on the way out. I got a busy day in the morning. And I just want you to think before you join any of these groups. Please think carefully, examine these people. Don't feel bad if you have to research these people, because at the end of the day, it's your life, your family life, and your freedom that is on the line. You understand what I'm saying? Don't take a chance. And all of you leaders out there that are true revolutionaries, be careful who you give your number to, be careful who you share your business with, and be careful who you bring around your family. To all the true revolutionaries, to the stand-up leaders, to the true fighters, to the true defenders of our people, I salute you. And you may get mad at me too, but get mad enough to make a change on how you operate. Because if this guy will give a YouTube TV blogger, everybody that's a leader, number to prove something stupid and silly, like an accusation against him, you already know if they put that hot light on him and threaten him with 50 years, all of y'all going down. He's worried about a YouTube show. So you already know if he's worrying about some prison time, all of y'all are going to be caught up in the Fed trap. Each and every one of you. And I'll say it one last time. If this guy, and I didn't give you everything that I have, if this guy would randomly text me all the information and the inner workings of his relationships of militias, and give me all the leaders' numbers, each and every one of them. Because he feared that Brother Charles and Sister Cece was going to say something about him on a YouTube show. Imagine if he feared 20 to 50 years, what he would do. I'm your esteemed host, Brother Tahaka Bay.
He says Tahaka Bay? Toronto Johnson? I call for a Moorish court on Brother Toronto Johnson and anybody who's riding with him with this scandal with these videos of me and my wife frauding the people. I never saw my brothers and sisters serving these packages when I was with Daweed Ali and them and Taj and them used to come to Chicago.
I laid them old boys to rest. They was dead sleep anyway. Sleepwalking, they keep talking. I probably catch a charge and I don't care what any say. Nobody. Yeah, I'm the people's grand sheik, and the people's grand sheik ain't seen a man I can't beat. Only the gods is my equal. You mortals, you just my sequel. You just my sequel. What the 85ers? Dip divers? Trying to symbolize us? You already dead. Who done got up in your head? Rent free. You wanna know who sent me? Who sent you? Leg, head. I tried to pull you out the bed, but you got up all groggy. Started talking real crazy, eyes foggy. Couldn't see through the fog. Then I had to bring the dogs, barking all up in your ear, acting like you don't care. Oh, you don't care? Like you don't preserve life. Oh yeah, and you really don't care, right? Oh, you don't care, right? Well, we gon' really check that, bet that, respect that. Since you said you ain't scared to die, I laid them young boys to rest. They was dead sleep anyway. I laid them old boys to rest. They was sleepwalking anyway. I'm the people's grand sheik. I ain't seen a man I can't beat. I laid them young boys to rest. They was sleepwalking anyway. I would take you on any day. Michigan, New York, Cali, where you at? What you thought? From that town to Baltimore, everybody on the road is all raw. They ready, choppers. I don't really think you want the problem. Hold up, raise the thought up. Back to Allah. Leg, head. I try to get him out the bed. Sleepwalking anyway. Sleepwalking anyway. Wake up, keep talking. Sleepwalking anyway. Wake up. I don't care what any say. Nobody. I'm the people's grand sheik, and the people's grand sheik. I ain't seen a man I can't beat. Never. You mortals, you just my sequel. You mortals, you just my sequel. Only equals is the gods. You mortals, that's my sequel.
He says Tahaka Bay?
I see.
Toronto
I
Johnson?
see dead people. Hey. I see dead people. I lay them old boys to rest. They was dead sleep anyway.
I never saw my brothers and sisters serving these packages when I was with Daweed
I lay
Ali.
them young boys to rest. They was dead sleep anyway. Hey, people screaming. I ain't never met a man that I can't beat. No, the gods is my only equal. That's it. You mortals, you just my sequel. That's it.
I call for a Moorish court on Brother Toronto Johnson and anybody who's riding with him with this scandal or with these videos of me and my wife frauding the people.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be
be that more you gon' remember. I'll be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I'll be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I'll be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. If you a friend of the Moors, then you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I'm speaking about the prophet over Drew Ali, who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you you wasn't black, proved it with straight facts. You tripping off trucks, you need to be tripping off that. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave. Family, see y'all tonight, 9:30. Let's go.